So, how is the Gotrax GXLV2 after 2 years of use? And should you still buy one in 2023 at this price? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. I actually purchased two of these so that I can take the kids scootering, and they both came with their own different set of problems. The first one, the little hook on the tiller that actually holds your brake line in place and also makes it so that you can fold the tiller down and hook into the back fender and just lift it up and carry it. Eventually just broke off. I want to say that happened about 6 months ago, so after about just over a year and a half of ownership. Now, I purchased these on Amazon and I wasn't able to find any replacement parts on Amazon, but I did reach out to Gotrax and they showed me where I can find replacement parts on their website. And this little plastic piece that broke off, it's only $15 to replace. So it's actually, at the end of the day, really not a big deal that happened, especially since they actually have replacement parts. So you don't have to like buy a new scooter just because your brake stopped working. And actually the brake still does work this way. I still haven't replaced that little piece. It's just the brake isn't as strong, and like I definitely wouldn't let like my child use it this way, but I feel perfectly fine using it this way. And yes, I will eventually replace the part, okay guys? Just right now, I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna link the parts page down for you guys because I feel like a lot of people that have owned this scooter for a while might be coming here to look for something like that. They literally have everything from rubber replacements for the tires, the entire back fender, little plastic pieces, the battery itself, the tiller, like literally just about everything can be fully replaced on this thing. So even if you're just a little bit of a handyman, then you can probably handle just about anything that would break on this scooter. On my second scooter, I had entirely different problems. So there's a little knob that you pull out and then you tug on this lever to fold the scooter down so that you can carry it. That piece is so stuck tight right now that like there's nothing that I can do. There's no tool that I can use to like crimp on and try to rip it out right now. It did a few times using that method, but now it's just like completely stuck. It probably needs some WD-40. I don't know. I did reach out to their customer service. They asked me to take some photos. They told me to just basically use some kind of pliers to be able to pull it open. And I'm like, that's not the point. Like, I shouldn't have to carry around pliers if I'm going out to use it. So I asked them, like, do you know if WD-40 would work? Are you telling me you've never heard this issue happened before? And they just didn't get back to me, so that kind of sucks. So now I just carry it, like instead of folding it and like just carrying it that way, I just carry it with it right side up and I just kind of deal with it. It's a light scooter, so it's really not terrible, but just know that these are two issues that I came across with mine. These are definitely not the best scooters that you can buy out there, although it is pretty affordable, and at speeds of 25 kilometers per hour, it is fast enough that I've actually flown off of it twice, and one time I fractured my rib, another time I fractured my wrist, and if that's not fun, then I don't know what is. The battery has really held up over time. I still get the same amount of ride time out of it. It really depends on like where you're actually riding. So if you're doing a lot of uphill and you're not assisting at all, the battery's gonna die a lot faster. But if you manage to find like a level area to scoot around in, or you do a lot of assisting when you're uphill, you'll find that you'll get an hour and a half still out of the battery even after over 2 years, which is pretty good. And replacement battery is only $39, which is incredibly affordable considering I think I bought this for about $450. I mean, the battery is a major component of making this thing work. And for that to just be $39, easy thing to replace. I mean, it's way better than having to go out and purchase one at full price again just because the battery died. The original disc brakes have really held up as well. I have no problems braking. And the original light bulb on the front too still works for night riding. So if you tap the power button, turns the light and you can see in the dark outside. That still works really well. If I could do it different again, I'll be honest, instead of buying two, I would have just bought one because we rarely actually ride the scooters together anymore. And for that extra like $450 for a second one, it would have been nice to have something with some shock absorption. I think that not having shocks probably did play a pretty decent role in the couple tumbles that I had. You know, when you're riding on a sidewalk and there's like holes and larger cracks or something like that in the sidewalk, your wheels might get stuck in there if you're not careful, especially the bigger holes if you're not paying attention, like apparently I wasn't at the time. If you don't have shock absorption, like basically your tire's just gonna get stuck and you're gonna go flying like I did. It's not terrible, especially if you're out riding on like a road or like a bike path or something like that, like a paved bike path. But you definitely do really feel the bumps and things like that on the sidewalk. It's not one of those things where it's gonna like shake your brain and you can't see where you're going or whatever, but you definitely do feel the bumps, and it would just be nicer to have one where you just don't. But I mean, this is a great entry level device. I would still recommend purchasing this one. I'll link this one and one that you can purchase with shock absorption in the description below, so you can pick one that meets your budget, still have a good time. Next up, you should check out one of these two videos that are related to exactly the same scooter. It's going to change your life. And if you're into these short and to the point videos and reviews on things I buy and try, then please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos.